Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Adelina and I make videos about living in this tiny house on wheels and living a more intentional life. I'm headed to Victoria this weekend to visit a friend, my best friend that came and helped me when I moved here, and she's headed back to Calgary soon. So I'm going into Victoria to have a nice little visit and then say goodbye. I'm going to take you along with me so you can see how beautiful the area is. I think I've shown a bunch of Victoria already, but it is one of my favorite cities, and I do love it. I wish that I was a little bit closer to it than I am here. It's a 3-hour drive. I have to say, this is kind of funny. One of the things I have noticed that is like big difference between Canadians and Americans, and I noticed this when I'm talking to my friend Paul from Tennessee, is that he'll say that there's a little store just a couple miles up the road, or it's like 20 miles. And I'm like, well, how far is that? 20 miles. And I'm like, no, how far is that? And what I mean is, how long does it take to get there? And that is such a Canadian thing to do. I know not all Canadians do that. We can't generalize like that. However, it seems to be very much a Canadian thing to talk about distance in how long it takes there. And it's so confusing to him because in his mind, it's like, well, it depends how fast you drive. So anyways, it takes about 3 hours to get there. And that's all I'm going to say about that because I'm Canadian. So I'm going to show you around and just give you some snapshots of my weekend. I have my neighbor coming to take care of Sophie. She has a couple of kitties of her own, and so she's going to cat sit Sophie, and then I will return the favor. It is one of the many wonderful things about being in this location is the fact that I have neighbors who also have cats, and we can sort of count on each other. I've really enjoyed meeting them, and, again, that's just one of the benefits. So many benefits. And now that I've been working at my desk here in my new location for a couple of weeks, I've also noticed that the deer like to wander through the meadow across the way, and I'm really enjoying watching them. The birds have found the bird feeder, the hummingbirds as well. And so it's been very, very peaceful and relaxing, and it's a great way to sort of reset myself in between meetings when I'm working. So that's what I'm planning for the weekend. I'll do my best to film. Probably won't be a lot of talking. I'm about a third of the way in and I gotta pee. So we're gonna go pee and maybe grab something to eat. Don't mind if I do. I don't know if you've ever tried an Impossible Burger. In Canada, the two main options are at fast food places. This is the White Spot drive-thru. In Canada, the two main options we have are the Beyond Meat Burger and the Impossible Burger. The Beyond Meat was the first one to come into Canada. Hot. Impossible Burger showed up after. And I have to say, while I like them both, if you're vegan, it's just so nice to have some options, so that you can actually go to a fast food place if you want to. Again, you don't have to. Yes, it's not the healthiest, but then I would argue neither is a beef burger. But it's just so nice to have options if you're going out with your friends, your family, when you're traveling. It's really nice to have some options so you can actually have a burger instead of just fries. But I do like the Impossible Burger a little bit better than the Beyond, but I'm happy with either one. And you know what? I'm also happy with a veggie burger of any other kind, of mushroom black bean, whatever. So in the last video, I think I mentioned that we hadn't had any smoke from any of the wildfires, and none of the wildfires were close by. But on Monday of this week, after work, I went down to Miracle Beach, and it was fine. There was no smoke in the air or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, about 7 o'clock, one of my neighbors texted me, asked me if I wanted to go for a walk. And when I came outside, it was so smoky, and I could smell the smoke. And I thought maybe it was somebody barbecuing. But no, it wasn't. And there are no campfires allowed in the campground. So that was a little concerning, because it was smoky enough that you could see the haze. You could certainly smell it. And so went up to talk to one of the neighbors who is on the property with my neighbor. And he said that he had already called 911, and he was on the phone right then with the local fire department, because this is a big concern all of a sudden that we are not only smelling smoke but seeing smoke, and it was a windy day. Well, it turned out that the smoke was coming from another fire about 100 kilometers away that is under control, but the wind had changed. Was it 100? About 100, 150, but the wind had changed. And suddenly we were getting the smoke. But I got to tell you, it's so funny and not funny, haha, how complacent you get, thinking that, you know, your area is okay. And then like that, you smell smoke, you see smoke, and everything changes. Like, everybody was on high alert. People were driving around to try and figure out where this fire was, who was burning something. And the fire department, the local fire department, had 2 trucks out patrolling. And then we saw a helicopter in the air, which was awesome. Let me tell you, hearing that helicopter, seeing that helicopter, gave me a lot of peace of mind in knowing that they were taking this seriously and they had it under control. So turned out we were fine. Turned out the fire was not out of control, and we were just suddenly getting the smoke because the wind had changed and it was super windy. Really kind of brought home to me how quickly things can change, and, you know, obviously how absolutely devastating it can be to have something like that happen, and how fast it can happen. Anyways, wanted to share that little story. I'm gonna eat my burger and probably pick away at my fries as I'm driving, and then we'll continue on. Ooh, I bet those are good. What a great idea.
So yeah, you know, and some swords are viable to me. Some shapes are. You know. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
That little one right there.
Yes,
perfect.
please.
Can I put it in a little bag for you?
Sure.
even when it's overcast. It's beautiful. There's something about the ocean and how lovely it is to be here. Oh, we have some people swimming. Boy, it's a little chilly for swimming. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed just a glimpse of what I got up to this weekend. It was very relaxing and I really enjoyed it. We had some sunny weather yesterday. It's overcast today and windy, so not so great, but that's okay. It's time to go home anyways. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. I love you. I'll see you next time.